Evening, Angie.
Hi, good evening to you there, Jackie.
So this is Angie Arkin. You're actually in Florida, aren't you?
No, I'm in Brevard, North Carolina.
Brevard, North Carolina. Why did
Yeah.
I think Florida then?
I used to live down there for a long time, probably.
Oh, I watched an old video of yours actually, and the girl had come to Florida to interview you. Yes,
Yes, yes.
yes. Oh, that's lovely. Right. So I had a talk with Angie last week. Well, the synchronicities of this. So Donna Maxine White, who is well known in this area, the South Coast, but all around the world for different people. Marvelous tarot card reader. There's not much that Donna doesn't know, really. She's amazing. And your friend Catherine Davies is really good friends with her. And then she messaged me to say about introducing us, which is just incredible. So
Love it.
yeah, absolutely. And she's actually in England at the minute, Catherine.
Yes, that's right. She's over there. Good.
So that's how wonderful it all works. So I'm just going to do a little introduction because this is Angie's website page, Power to the Peaceful. So I'll just read a little bit of that. Angie has been a psychic healer for over 25 years. For most of her career, she has primarily worked with small groups and held one-to-one personal readings. More recently, her guides have asked her to come through Angie and speak directly to the collective. They have essential messages that carry healing transmissions and frequency updates for humanity and Earth at this time. The vibration of Power to the Peaceful is a transmission Angie received from her guides. It's an invitation to have a seat at the table of radiant peace, joy, love, and compassion. We set a place for you at this table. You are most welcome here. Power to the Peaceful is a direct channel from Angie's Galactic Council of Guides. This council is making themselves available to you as a way to help you update and raise your vibrational frequencies. Frequencies that are necessary for the healing of the earth and all beings at this time. Letting go of outdated frequencies such as division, fear, anger, lack, and lack is essential for the earth and all of its inhabitants. It is a time to awaken our collective heart stream to the pure light that is in each and every one of us. Our only way through is up, and the only way out is in. Oh, that's amazing. What a lovely start. So thank you, Angie. I'm so delighted that you're here. The talk we had together last week was so wonderful. And then Angie actually went into the trance state and brought your 14 galactic, well, not all 14, but you worked with 14 of the Galactic Council. So I don't know if you'd like to say a bit before we start, Angie. Anything you'd like to say about what you do or
Sure. Yes, I'll be happy to. I've been working with the Galactic Council, they call themselves, my galactic guides since I was a little girl, really, really small. So I've been in communication with them for a very long time in my life. And for over 20 years, I've been doing psychic readings. And during the readings, I will just, talk to them telepathically and get information. But most recently, this past year, I've asked them if they wanted to come through and channel through me. And they were very excited about that. I had to go through a lot of frequency and vibrational updates to be able to house their energy, but it's been really, really beautiful and amazing. And it's really incredible for me to let them speak through in their own voices. They have a great sense of humor, and having them here it feels like such a gift. They love people, and they really want to help people and work with whomever they can to help raise the frequency and really move everybody into sacred resonance. That's the goal, right? To a higher vibrational frequency, to a higher sort of harmony and sacred resonance, so that the collective can update and heal. And that's the mission. That's what they're doing, and they're not here to interfere in any way, just to hold space and help. So it's a really beautiful offering And I feel, I don't know if I would have the words to tell you how grateful I feel to be a part of it. But I really do. I have a lot of gratitude to be able to offer this. So
incredible. Well, honestly, I had this amazing experience. I would say amazing experience last week when I spoke with you. And then you went into the channel and I was able to ask anything. So I didn't really have anything planned. I didn't have questions ready or anything. So anything that came to mind, I would just ask them or you or through you. And it was I just found it the most amazing experience. Um, yeah, so I'll just say some of the um, notes that I made. We talked about ancestral fears. Um, I talked about my positive living group, the sort of consciousnesses that we're holding. So when you're in that state, I will ask you this question again because I just really want to know. We talked about Ho'oponopono, and you said that, or through them, that it was humbling the ego to work with Ho'oponopono, which was really wonderful for me because that's the one thing that I really love. Well, obviously I love a lot of things. Particularly
yeah.
is a beautiful way to live, really, through Ho'oponopono. So yeah, whenever you're happy, if you're happy to get, oh, what I will just say is it can be a little disconcerting that the whites of Angie's eyes show. You don't mind me saying that, do you?
No,
Just
no.
no. So yeah, but if you overcome that, which you of course will, the information is just wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, they come through. It's just something that's always happened with them. You know, when they come through, my eyes kind of roll back a bit, and you'll see the whites. And there are actually, if you get close enough, you can see their eyes through my eyes in the whites, which is fascinating. But again, you know, it's not an energy that's really separate from me. I mean, it is. You know, they tell me that I come from them and I go back to them, and that we all agree on the same frequencies, and I'm here to help. And I feel like they work with other people too. You know, it's not just me. The Galactic Council is quite busy. So anyway.
That's wonderful. Anyway,
Yeah,
so yes, thank you for this. And yeah, I've got loads of questions.
awesome. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and open up the channel then. And before I do that, if you're watching out there, we just ask you to all take a nice sort of collective deep breath in. And as you exhale, just kind of bringing your attention and your awareness to this earth, to your grounding. You are here on the earth. And so all of this information that's going to come in is, we don't know what it will be, but it will be, you know, very helpful and incredible is my feeling on it. And as it comes in, it's important to find a place to house it. So we always want to kind of bring it back to the earth, you know, bring ourselves back to the earth so we can have an embodied experience of this energy. So I say that just using your breath, and I'll go ahead and bring in the guides.
Thank you so much.
Good. Mm. Hello, hello. Happy to be here. Happy to be with you, Jackie, and with all of your people watching out there. Good.
Thank you.
We are happy to be here and would like to say to begin with that this is an important time on this earth. We see that all of humanity is going through many, many different events and many, many uprisings inside and exhalings. And so this is very much like, as we have said before, the accordion, this instrument of expansion, contraction. It is like a breath. And all of Earth is always going through this breath. The planet itself is expanding and contracting, and the people on it, the beings on it, are always going through an expansion and a contraction. This has been noted to you all through many different people at this time. And we say to you at this time, this is an important time to make sure you are being in sacred resonance with the earth and with your breath and with yourself, with the waters that you are drinking, and with the communications and thoughts and feelings that you are having. It is not to say do not be human. It is okay to have dramatic days. It is okay to feel sad, feel these feelings, and then please do know that everything will always go back to the sacred resonance of your heart. Good.
Thank you. The sacred resonance of your heart. So we were having a discussion about this morning because of the amount of AI that has come into our awareness recently over the last few years. For me personally, just the last few months, but more and more we're seeing AI. And is that another way of taking us away from our heart connection, from our creativity, because we're leaving it all to AI to do the work for us?
We say to you at this time about this AI, this. When you program something with your heart, can be good. When you program something with your fears and your lower vibrational frequencies, maybe not so good. So just make sure if you are using something, do not make a God out of it. It is not God. You are actually, in fact, God. And so you are particles of God, and these particles live in your heart space. And so the more frequently you tune into this, the better you will be. Does this answer your question, Jackie?
Lovely, perfect, actually. Yeah, because
Good.
we do go away from our heart. It's so often said that we have to go within, but we were never taught that. We were not brought up in that way. We were brought up to look outside of ourselves. The majority, I can't speak for everyone, but I would say the majority, we look outside of ourselves for the answers. But so we're just learning. The more we learn about this world, we're learning to go within and to ask ourselves and to know that we know the answers and trust ourselves to know the answers. And yet we still look outside of ourselves. Is there any more you can say on that?
We can say many things on this subject of looking outside. We say this is okay, not something to be sorry or shameful about, but this is the time in your lives and in this world where it is very important to notice the embodied feeling that comes when you are in your heart, when you are in your heart space, when you are in the vibration of love, compassion, and trusting. This is a beautiful vibration and it will bring peace in your body. You can have these mental concepts, but will be like just that mental concept. Until you feel this in your body, you will not know how to reach this frequency. Only can reach this frequency of sacred resonance in heart once you have felt this. And so any practice that can bring you to this, we feel that many humans are spending a lot of time on their computer screens, on their telephones. And in this, you are going away from yourself into your mind. This is not a terrible thing, but we would like to see and help you understand the importance of being in the peace of your heart. This comes very much from being outside in nature, yes? When you walk on the earth, when you hear the birds singing, when you hear and feel the air and the wind, when you take deep breath, when you touch tree, you feel much more a part of things because humans are not separate, but have been taught so. They have been taught that they are separate, and this separation is only enhanced by some of the technologies coming in at this time. The technologies coming in at this time are not bad. However, if you allow them to take over and you do not have embodied experience of being on earth and being in heart, it will not allow you to make these updates at this time. We would like to see that you make these updates at this time, and we are here to help whatever we can do. Does this make sense?
It does, thank you. So for school children in this day and age, still going to school and being indoctrinated with a lot of stuff that we have no need to know, not stuff that helps with self-worth or self-esteem, confidence, loving self, all of those things that are so important in helping us grow to know that we are so much more than we believe we are, and yet we're still having to learn by rote. What do you see the future for children to be with
So these
learning?
beings that are coming in at this time have a very high vibrational frequency already opened up to them. You can think of them like computers that have had many, many, many downloads. So all it will take is to trigger the downloads to come in. Does this make sense?
I understand that.
Yes, yes. And so as this happens, we see great opportunities for these young ones. But as if you are a parent of a young one at this time, it is important that you take your young one outside and teach it about the plants that grow on this earth. Yes? And so as the plant grows, it defies gravity by growing. It is a miracle. And then you can enjoy to perhaps eat the plant or be in sacred union with the plant, enjoy the understandings of nature through gardening at this time. And so if you have a being that is in school a lot, important to get them outside, Jackie.
Wonderful, because there's not the opportunity if both parents are working and they can't homeschool the child, then and even homeschooling would not be particularly easy because you still have to go by the rules of the board, I guess, too. So, but going forward, where this planet is ascending, which I believe it is ascending, or it's ascended and we've got to catch up with it, then will there be schools like that? Or can you see in the near future, we'll be living in communities looking after each other?
We see this trend more towards communities looking after one another. We see this idea, again, of heart resonance, sacred resonance in heart, as coming together with like-minded souls and allowing children, reminding children, important to breathe, important to be on earth, important to learn the things that they will learn. And so these smaller communities, or you may call them small pods of learnings and of tribal little growings, like small tribes, here and there, small communities here and there, little pods. These are the ways of the future that we see for you and all those that allow themselves to update these frequencies at this time.
Can you tell me why you've come through Angie at this time? What you can do, what your real role is in helping us on Earth. Like if you went out now where I live and just went for a walk and knew nothing about the world and how it's run or not well run, you wouldn't worry because it's just a lovely walk around. But when you involve your mind with all what's going on, which you can't ignore because there is certain people that are doing their very best to make sure that good, I don't know if I'm making this clear.
We can answer your question, Jackie. We can answer. It's no problem. We understand. We think what you are trying to say. So yes. We have come through Angie at this time because we were always going to come through Angie at this time. This was something written long ago that we would be with her in this lifetime. We have been with her in other lifetimes and have come through at this time because her frequency shifting had gotten to a level that we could actually come in. And Earth's frequency shifts have gotten to a level that people and Earth and humans could house some more of this frequency information. Our role, as you say, what we like to think of ourselves is as tuning forks. You know this term, tuning fork?
Yes.
Do you do? So tuning fork has certain pitch and everything around it tunes to this pitch. And this is more like what we bring. We bring offerings of tuning forks. So we have certain vibrational frequency that we carry and we offer this to humanity at this time.
Wonderful. So when I spoke with you last week, there was a question about Ho'oponopono and also about the fears that we bring through from our ancestors. So, you know, we do bring fears, poverty consciousness or fear consciousness. There was a few things that we talked about. I'll just get back. Doubts, negativity, limiting beliefs. So there was a few things like that that we bring through from our ancestors and we no longer want them. And what you said was, but obviously people watching this wouldn't know that let them go back to the ancestors, or otherwise it's like being a boat tied to the dock. You can't sail away. because you're held down by your ancestors' fears, your ancestors' doubts, poverty feelings, limiting beliefs. Hand them back, thank them. Is that a good thing to hand it back to the ancestors? Because we're with Ho'oponopono, you would be clearing that for me and for the ancestors.
Let us explain to you, Jackie, as we said this the other day, we will explain this again to you and to all that are watching. This is
Thank you.
not to say, ooh, you gave me something bad, take it back, goodbye. This is not that at all. This is simply to say to the ancestors, you have suffered with this doubt, you have suffered with perhaps this lack, and I have also received this. And so I will release this, which will also, and then turn, release you from any kind of holding of this karmic chain. Does this make sense?
Yes, much more. Yes.
Good.
So by handing it back, but then they can release it as I am releasing it to them, they are releasing it.
To hold this, Jackie. They never needed to hold it. We're only holding it while you held it. You understand? When you pass something, it's like giving a gift that you aren't really sure you want to let go of. So you hold the other end of the gift, wondering if the person will wear the sweater that you gave them or some sort of gift that you have given them. And so never really let go of this gift. Does this make sense?
Us, because
Yes.
we want to be sailing on the open seas, don't we, in freedom. And
yes, and so your ancestors have said the same thing you did, which was, I will receive this gift and learn with it down here. And at some point, they were maybe allowed to release this, or perhaps they were not allowed or didn't have the circumstances or understandings of how to let this go. And so it got passed to you. And as you release this, then they are released from any of this as well.
then that in turn for our next generation, so for children that we've had, that we probably unconsciously indoctrinated, they'll have a better understanding and know to let go.
Yes.
Thank you. The other thing I wanted to just ask you about is where we hear that this is all illusion, this realm that we live in. So when we pass over, when we die, this will look like a dream. This will just be like illusion. Is this illusion?
This is understandably at your frequency and illusion. However, as you update your frequencies, this will be more in the dream state, as you say, and you will start to see the illusions were simple. They were all of the mind. So frequency updates bring in higher consciousness, and higher consciousness is no illusion. But this lower frequency is an illusion because it is nothing lasting or real. It was born out of nothing and it will go nowhere. It will just simply rumble around in your mind. Does this make sense?
Oh, so the higher you can raise your vibration and frequency, the more joy that you're in, the more love that you feel, then you can break away from this illusionary that's holding us in place, some people.
There is a web over the matrix of your world, and this webbing does keep in this illusion. It keeps in that there is time. It keeps in that must work hard. It keeps in many of the lower vibrational frequencies and stories. And so at this time, we say, please do work with untangling stories from ancestors, work with giving with love all of this away, and only staying in the frequencies of compassion and love and trust and humanity, of community and understanding, of uplifting to higher frequencies as we move through this time. If this is achieved, and we see that you are achieving it now, this can allow for the lower frequencies to then shift as well. You will be like your own tuning fork for your community, and people will begin to resonate at your frequency. And as more and more of you do this, this will allow the illusion to sort of drop like veil.
Wonderful. Thank you. My friend has recently lost her dog, and it was her life, absolute love of her life. And it went sooner than expected and through an operation. And she's also a medium. how can, and that obviously that happens to an awful lot of people. What relief, what can you, how can you help them? Well, you can't, I suppose, it's just time.
You are asking how you can help them or how we can help them?
Yeah, could you help them? Like,
Me?
well, if the dog is possibly with her all the time anyway, but you don't want to, yes, so what I'm asking is the grief that she's feeling, is that holding the dog near her when it needs to be free itself in the spirit world?
Well, we would ask the first name of your friend.
Mandy.
And what was the dog's name?
I'm not honestly sure. Was it?
That's okay. We
It's
will
either
just
Ruby or Lucy, I think.
we will tune into this Maggie friend of yours, and we will say to her that her grief is understandable because of the amount of selfless love her animal companion had, and because the animal companion was holding much of Maggie's support system. And so, with Maggie, what we say to you is,
Sorry,
as
Mandy. Sorry,
with
Mandy.
Mandy is name. Okay. So with Mandy, what we say is, Mandy, please, at your earliest convenience, soothe your heart. Your animal companion is not far. Your animal companion was a projection from your own heart. Not that it wasn't real in three-dimensional form, it was, but your heart manifested this three-dimensional form in front of you to show you this love. This love is not gone. It is simply transmuted, and you have all this love in your heart. Does this make sense to you?
That's to me. Thank you.
Good.
Yes. I mean, she's literally quite heartbroken still at the minute. And that's another thing then, when you ask, I've got another friend that has had two brothers that have committed suicide. Husband left her with 4 young children. The children are much older now, and one has passed away. Why would we accept, like, if we have a soul contract, why would we accept a soul contract like that?
This soul contract of something like this could simply be to try to understand what it is like to go down this journey of loss and separation and abandonment. We all kind of come down here and take one for the team, yes? And Angie has come down and taken one for the team by having a set of circumstances in her life. And as you have as well, many people come down here as humans and say, I will try this in this grand experiment on this earth. And some people have anger, some people have addiction, some people have lots of compassion, some people are able to reach enlightenment, other people are not able to get out of prison of own mind and suffering. And so these are all experiments that these beings have come down to say, I will experience this, I will embody this, and I will learn from this. And because I have done so, other people do not need to do so.
Does that give you more points in heaven?
Point system is not necessary at this time, Jackie White. Point system is simple. Point system is, if you are able to understand frequency of heart, get in it. If not able to understand it, not time. So no more points for being in heart than not being in heart. Just simple. And it is your time. When it is your time, you will know, you will understand. Not necessary to have more points, because person with most points is the same as person with no points.
It's just an unbelievable hard, it seems a very hard journey that she's decided to take on. But it is just to take one for the team then.
Well, we see her as courageous. She is suffering in victimhood, and we see her as courageous. And perhaps this is for her to see. May not understand from your perspective, but we can tell you this, Jackie, if you were her, you would do exactly the same thing, because you would be her.
I would. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Well, when a baby, a question was asked the other day when we were at a spiritual church, when a baby passes away, a young child, or even born not alive. But we hear that that grows up in spirit and would celebrate birthdays in spirit growing up. But then if you die at an older age, when you come back and show yourself as to a medium, you show yourself at your prime when you were at your best. Is both of those things true? Do they grow up in spirit? And do they come back showing you at their best?
These beings can come at any time. And what they often do is they come in form that person asking can understand and see.
Yes.
Person can accept.
Yes. But does a baby then still grow up in spirit?
Babies, you mean a baby that has passed away does grow up in spirit? Yes. Well, spirits are always growing and changing and morphing and incarnating and reincarnating and having multiple lifetimes. And so we aren't sure we understand your question.
Thank you. So when we lose a baby to spirit, that is something for us all to learn and grow from, I guess. We've all agreed that before we came that would happen.
We see it like sometimes this happens where this being comes in and cannot stay for multitude of reasons and then must go. And so this must be hard for people that are left behind. Yes. And so people left behind are dealing with grief and loss and abandonment and worry and concern. And so, yes, in this down here time frame on your earth, this can look very much black and white, like you have said, but we see it like these energies and these spirits are never far from you and are actually just simple projections of heart. So in that way, they are real, but also a part of you. So not separate.
Are we keeping hold of that spirit, like where it could be free on the other side, but are we holding it back by our grief?
No, this does not happen this way. This other being that has crossed over can decide if wants to stay or not.
Okay.
Can really help them to know that you are okay. However, these are projections of human emotions that have been made into film and projected onto movies. Truth is, these beings can come and go and do so freely.
Lovely. Because when Angie said that she was going to come on here with you tonight, you don't mind at whatever time, you sort of, were you looking forward to this connection?
We were very much looking forward to this connection, Jackie, to meet you and your viewers and to offer any kind of messages we can to help the collective.
Wonderful, thank you. So I'm just checking, I've got all these questions. So when anyone passes away, and we always write rest in peace, RIP, rest in peace. So does that mean really that we should leave them to rest in peace and not go to mediums and ask for them to come through?
Can always ask. They have opportunity and choice to say yes or no. So resting in peace is simply for you to know that they are resting in peace, and that is your prayer. You are writing your prayer on tombstone to remember your prayer. This is not necessarily for them. They are free.
Wonderful. You're going to church. When we hear that people are saying, come along to an event, I'll be, well, I don't know about channeling, but bringing Archangel Michael through, or Archangel Gabriel, which is very similar to saying that the 14 of the Galactic Council will be coming through. So someone could say that if you come along this evening, I'll be bringing Archangel Michael through. But loads of people throughout the world could be saying that at the same time. How could he go to everyone?
Because this angel from this angel realm is a high vibrational energy, can send frequencies to all the beings that he has or they have connections with, just like us.
Oh, so you go wherever you're called upon simultaneously if needed.
Absolutely.
It's our limited thoughts. We are very limited in our thought processes, really.
Humans are very limited. Yes, humans are working this out, though. We have seen great leaps and bounds in your thought process, and we are applauding you to keep going. And we say, good job. Good job in taking down the gates of your perceptions. The gates, the edges of your perception are actually widening, and these edges are becoming bigger and bigger. So you reach an edge where you used to not understand, and now you begin to understand. So you begin to feel part more of a whole, less separate, less black and white, less cause and effect. This is important.
Wonderful. Someone that treats us so awfully at work. So I've got someone very close to me, my friend's daughter, being treated very, very badly, poorly at work by someone. No one higher up is listening about that. Obviously, the easy thing is to say leave, but there's not a whole lot of opportunity in the particular position she's in to find another job. I personally would want her to leave and not be in this situation. The girl that's treating her so poorly, this is how it appears. I mean, when I'm hearing it, all I'm doing is ho'oponopono and trusting that that's helping. But that's not helping when I hear the story at the time for the person that's going through it. Can you give any advice on that?
We would say that this being would need to work this out with this other person. Could be verbal, could be nonverbal. So can be very, very effective to see why and what part of you is allowing this treatment. So not to blame anybody, just to say, how am I learning from this treatment? And I am learning poorly. And so what part of me realizes that or believes that I still need to learn poorly? Which part of me believes that I should be treated this way? And then when you find this root cause within you, you actually love it into its transmutation, and then send the other person some gratitude as well for being teacher, and you will watch this energy untangle. Does this make sense to you?
Actually, yes. And when I said about sending love, thanking and sending love, because with Ho'oponopono, it would be, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. But sometimes they're not open to hearing that because they're in a position of perhaps a little bit victimhood at that time. Yes, because they're right in it. And from past when I worked many years ago and was in a situation like that, so probably it takes you back to that feeling.
Can take you back to lower frequency feelings. And so these are the things to work with. These are the shadows, as you have called them on your earth, to work with, to shine the light of your heart into these shadows and to free them.
Lovely. Exactly. So I mean, all I can do is Ho'oponopono. There was but thank you for that. There was a particular question I was looking for that I wanted to say to you. Is there anything you want to say to us at this time?
We feel that on this earth, you are doing remarkably well. You have exceeded expectations in your evolvement and your frequency and channeling updates and your heart resonant updates. And so we say, keep going. We see as this earth evolves, you are not separate from the earth. So at this time, there is much chaos, much expansion and contraction, both inside your bodies and inside and outside the earth. And you will see this in your societies. You will see this in your governments. You will see this inside of your body. So may have felt very tired at times, may have felt energized, or could feel very much anxiety, could feel like you have sickness, could feel many people crossing over. This is normal for this time. What we say to you is that you are safe, and The only thing you can do at this time is to remember to choose your frequencies wisely. What are you watching on your televisions? What are you ingesting? What are you talking about with your friends? Are you going into drama and gossip? It is a human experience. However, we ask that you maybe try to catch yourselves during these times and go into a more higher vibration of heart compassion. This will be the key that carries you through. And so more collectively, you are updating to these frequencies, and we appreciate it. As we have said, we are here as Tuning Fork. We are here to offer you these sacred resonances. And as you begin to update to these resonances, you will begin to see your life shift. This is a very powerful time. We have stated before about jumping timelines. And so what we mean by this is you are actually able, because of so much information and energy coming in from the galactic and the beyond, and also from the core of the earth, you are being, we say, showered, pinged, a little bit pelted with this opportunity to allow yourselves to shift the way you think, to shift what has been true in your life, to say, that is old story. I no longer live that on my timeline. And these are shifting and changing. You can feel very much miracle from this. And so this is available to you at this time. So we applaud you and we say we are here. We are allowing ourselves to be of service, and whatever we can do to help your frequency shifts and updates, we are on board. Ha.
Now you've just said about being aware of what we're eating, what we're watching on TV or watching on social media, whatever we're doing. When we say about what we eat, can you say anything about vegan or if people still eat meat?
We leave this to you as personal choice at this time. We do say, watch out for what you create outside of you. Everything has ripple effect. No one is wrong. No one is doing things bad. Just be more aware. So if are going to say not be vegan, then create a situation where you have relationship with food that you're eating. Maybe you know farmer that has the chickens. Maybe you understand where this meat has come from. And understand too that these frequencies, everything on this earth has a frequency. So some foods have lower, heavier frequencies. Some people's body types and biologies need these foods, other people's do not. So some people can successfully be vegan and healthy, other people cannot. There should be no infighting and judgment about this, of course. Nobody is right and nobody is wrong. Just frequency shifts, and understand cause and effect.
Wonderful. Yes, that's a lovely answer. Thank you. I think, because I know Angie will say some words when she comes back. So unless there's anything else you'd like to say at this time.
We would like to say that we are available to you to be of service. And so at this time, we will wrap a golden thread of beautiful heart vibrational healing energy and compassion around your earth. We are here. We are available to you at this time. You are safe. You are not alone, and you are not separate. At this time, we will say goodbye for now.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Jackie.
Wow. Oh my goodness, that's just incredible. Thank you so much for that, Angie. But for the Galactic Council, thank you to the Galactic Council. That's incredible. I'm so grateful that people were able to see that. What I do know is that people will have had 1,000 of their own questions, and I can't see them while I'm on here, and you can't really concentrate on what I'm saying and looking at that. So there will be lots of questions with that, I'm sure, afterwards, and what I could have asked and what you know, whatever. But whatever I did ask was answered. So yeah, wonderful. Honestly, that I was so excited to share this one today, because you know, our conversation last week, whatever I asked was answered, and there was a couple of instances because it was private, I gave the full name, and you were able to do a body scan. Like for me, particularly with, you know, I broke my leg in 1997, and the Galactic Council could see that it was the lower right leg, and was able to do some healing for me. I spoke about a friend that's going through an awfully bad time at the minute. I said the name because it was a private session, and you told me, you know, that Ho'oponopono was probably a big jump at the moment where she is, and self-love would be a very big step for her. You know, so there was just, it was just such a lovely experience, and I just wanted people to see what that was like. And I obviously started with your website. The exciting thing is that I find out you're going to be over in England in September.
Yes, we're going to be over there the 6th through the 17th. So we were thinking of yeah, just traveling around through England and Ireland and Scotland a little bit. The guides had told us to go to some sacred sites, some certain places that they wanted to give my friend and I some frequency updates. And so we will be over there doing that. They want to, yeah, they wanted to channel a little bit over there too. So if you,
So
if you,
yeah, I'm very happy. I think Molly has mentioned that to me, another friend of yours. I didn't read the message because it was just before coming on with you. So what I'll do is read that, and if there's a way that we can sort out where you can come either, or, you know, we could go to perhaps Glastonbury or wherever you're likely to be, and have an event with you in person would be incredible.
thank you. I would love it. I think the guides would love it too.
So yeah, thank you anyone that's watching tonight. I was really excited about this one. Thank you, Angie.
My
Really
pleasure.
wonderful to experience that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you anyone watching.
Yeah.
And
Thank you so much.
I've recorded this anyway. It'll go on my YouTube channel, but I'll also send it to Angie, and it'll go on to, oh, I imagine wherever you want it to go. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jackie. I really appreciate it. And if any of your people out there want to see more about the guides, my website, we do a monthly subscription where you can just have downloads from the guides every month, and it's really sweet, actually. So happy to have you join.
Can you just remind us the name of the website again?
Yeah, it's under my name, angiearkin.com. And, you know, we call it Power to the Peaceful. And yeah, you can find more. And there's a lot of stuff on YouTube too, or we're starting to get more and more out there. So yeah, if you like the guides and you want to see more of them, we would love to have you.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much if you've been watching tonight.
All right. Thanks so much, Jackie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.